On the screen is a screenshot of Japanese college students at a job hunting rally in Tokyo from February 2009. There were 3,000 students at this rally and they were on fire to begin their career. And as I look at this photo and take note of their enthusiasm, I can't help but sigh. Why? Well, the economy sucks for one thing, so they're not going to have an easy time of it. But not only that, when I looked at the photo, I thought of how so many people were doing the same thing at the same time and in the same way, and most of them, if not all, were going to get the same result: no job. In this presentation, I want to show you how to break the cycle of job search insanity by sharing with you something different. And what different thing am I going to show you? Well, in a nutshell, I'm going to show you how to find opportunities that people tend to overlook with traditional job search methods. Welcome to my presentation, How to Find Hidden Jobs. Hello, my name is Jim Stroud, and welcome to my presentation, How to Find Hidden Jobs. It is my hope that at the end of this presentation that you are, one, awake, and two, that you are energized with this new and actionable information that you can immediately apply to your job search. This is a free presentation, and as such, I would ask that you do one or all of the following favors for me. Okay, guys, this is my favor. I really want to get the word out about this video because it is my intent that this is the first in a long series of job search strategy videos that I want to produce. So if you help me get the word out about this, I really appreciate that. And to do that, I would ask that you post a link to this video on Facebook. If you have a Twitter account, then please tweet it. Tweet it now, tweet it often. If you use social bookmarking sites like StumbleUpon or Dig or Delicious, things like that, please, by all means, please link to this video. After you've watched the video, if you would, leave your comments there in the comment section. Down there just beneath this video, leave a comment. Your feedback will help me make the next video that much better, so I really appreciate that. If you don't have time to watch the entire video at this moment, or if you just don't feel like taking a bunch of notes, you can download a PDF version of this video. The link is right there on the screen. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. There is a link to the PDF that you can download the entire presentation as a PDF. Am I rumbling over my words? Yeah, I think I am. You can, let's try this again. If you would like to download a PDF version of this presentation, there is a link on the screen. The PDF version of this presentation will have additional notes that I am not including inside this video because I did not want to give you information overload. So it's really cheap, as you see there on the screen. So feel free to download that for additional information. But if not, then just enjoy the information that's here inside this video now. So I think that is everything. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. So here we go. So how do recruiters find candidates? Well, it's an important question to ask, especially if you are a job seeker. Why? Well, if you know where recruiters are going to be, it's in your best interest to make sure that your resume is there. Now, I polled some of my recruiter friends and also reflected back on my decade-plus experience in the recruiting industry. And these are the top, I think it's what, five or so places that recruiters go to look for talent. Okay, for most of you, this may not be a startling revelation. However, for our purposes, I want to direct your attention to two of these sources: job boards and web search. I bet this is something that you, as a job seeker, probably don't think about, which is job boards cost money. Let me show you some numbers. In 1994, it cost employers roughly $5,000 to post 30,000 jobs on the internet, on various job boards and so forth. By 2008, to post the same number of jobs cost $1,900,000. Now that was in 2008. What is the cost today? Probably more than that. So what does this mean? Well, two things come to mind. One, large companies want to save some money, especially these days. So they look for ways to find resumes for free and sort of cut down on the cost of job boards. Smaller companies that may not have access to all of the job boards, maybe one or two, if that much, they're looking for ways to find free resumes so that they do not have to pay the costs of posting jobs to various job boards. So because large companies and small companies are both looking for free resumes, do you know where they turn to? They all go to Google or Bing or Yahoo for that matter, and they do a search for free resumes. Now, how do they go about finding free resumes on search engines? Well, let me show you how. Okay, on the screen is an example of how I, in my recruiter role, would find a free resume. I would type in title resume .of, which is basically saying I want you to find Google a document on the web that has resume of in the title. I would add the word education because that's the word that's typically on a resume. A keyword I would use would be programmer or some other type of job title. I don't want job descriptions to come back, so I would ask Google not to return results that include the words jobs or submit or apply, because job descriptions usually have the word jobs in them. They may ask you to submit your resume or to apply here, submit your resume, that kind of thing. And then finally, I would let me go back to it there. I would say I'll add in this term here, ext:/PDF, which is basically asking Google to only return me documents that are PDF documents. And I do that because most resumes, well, not most resumes, a lot of resumes are in PDF format. So these are the results that you see on the screen, the resume of Atul Varma, of David, of Michael, of William, etc., etc., etc. So my question to you as you see this, although you may not quite understand fully the type of Google search that I've just done, what may be of interest to you is this. If I did a search like this and instead of programmer, I put in your job title, would I find your resume? That is the question. Of course, if your resume is not on the web somewhere where I can access it free, then the answer is pretty much no. Uploading your resume to a job board, say Monster, for example, is a good start, but not the best finish. Why? Simply because companies have to pay to access your information that way. However, think about this. If you were to post your resume online for free on your own website or your own blog, for example, then any recruiter can do a search on Google, for example, and find your resume for free, saving them a lot of money. And as you know, these days, everyone is looking to save money. Now, I am convinced that only a few people, relatively speaking, do not understand or realize the simple fact that companies want to find resumes for free. Why do I say that? I did some research earlier this year on Google, Yahoo, and Bing just to see how many resumes I could find out there for free in various industries and so forth. And what I found was somewhat surprising to me. Again, this is as scientific as I can make it. If you want to see the research, there's information on the screen where you can sort of check it out for yourself in detail. But I found that there were less than 4 million resumes on the internet. Actually, I think it was like around 3.4, 3.2, somewhere in there. So it was much less. It was less than 4 million resumes online. This lets me know that a lot of people just don't realize that if they put their resumes out there for free on their own homepage or blog, and it does not cost any money to do this, because there's so many places you can host your resume for free online. People just don't seem to know this, so I really, really hope if you get nothing else, you really understand this point. Put your resume online for free so all recruiters can access it without having to pay anything. Let me show an example of what I mean. This is a web page that I created back in 2002. It was essentially created to attract recruiters who were looking on Google and Yahoo and other search engines for someone with my background. And although I created, as I said, back in 2002, it is still working for me now. Let me show you how it's still working for me now.
Okay, here's another search I want to show you guys. Now, here, like my earlier demo, I'm looking for the word resume in the title of a document. I'm looking for the word recruiter, looking for the word education because that's usually on a resume. Recruiter here, if it wasn't plain before. Recruiter here is a keyword that I'm using because I want to find the resume of a recruiter. I want to look for the resume of a recruiter in Atlanta, so I add the word Atlanta there. I don't want job descriptions, so I, as before, ask Google not to return documents or results that have the word jobs or submit or apply. There are a lot of sample resumes on the web, so I don't want a sample resume or an example of a resume, which is why I have minus sample and minus example there. And so I type that in and I do a Google search, and wow, what do you know? My resume is number one. Huh.
Hey, I have a question for you. If you were to go online to find a job, where would you go? This article is a year old, but I highly doubt that it changed all that much. Basically, what it's saying is that traffic to job boards has skyrocketed. This means that everybody is going to job boards looking for jobs. While this may be a good start for your job search, it certainly is not a good finish. I have a pop quiz for you. How many job boards are there online? 5, 10, 100? Think about it for, say, 30 seconds. I'll give you the answer after a quick word from one of our sponsors.